Hi, and welcome to this week's Mortgage Broker Broadcast. This is the first episode of season 4 of the podcast. It's great to be back recording the podcast again. Great to be back recording the solo episodes and the guests as well that we've got coming up in the next few weeks. So great to be back on the podcast, even though it's only been a few weeks since we've been away. We've had great feedback on the podcast. So thank you to those mortgage brokers and business owners who have reached out while we've taken some time off from the podcast. And so thanks for your feedback. It really does drive us on to keep making sure that we're releasing new episodes, recording new episodes, and getting them out there for you to listen to. So, yeah, it's sort of, this is 2.5 years into the podcast now. So, and yeah, we're back for a 4th season. Not real much change in terms of season 4. We're still doing the podcast with guests. We've got some solo episodes as well coming out. We've got rid of the intro and the outro for the podcast, so not really much from that. That is a bit of a change, but not really much difference from that point of view. Still a podcast for mortgage brokers and business owners. That will never ever change because that's what drives us on to make sure we keep recording podcasts every single week. We've got new guests talking about new things such as tech in the industry. We've got business owners and sole traders, mortgage brokers as well, and ones that work within firms. So no real change to the podcast as it was pretty much is. So hopefully it's like putting back those pair of slippers on again and back listening to the weekly listen and subscribes like we do. There is something new. We've got a weekly guest spot now. Well, not a guest. Got a weekly spot with Lee Rowland. Lee Rowland, who some of you will know, he's been on the podcast a few times before, and he's going to be doing a Mortgage Broker Bulletin. So that what we felt about that, and now Lee will come on in a second and explain what he's going to be doing, but we just felt that we record the podcast sort of generally about 4 weeks in advance. So it was good to then, obviously we've got guests and we're talking about things, but we're not really talking about hot topics that week from a mortgage broker point of view. So I thought it was good to get Lee onto the podcast and do the Mortgage Broker Bulletin. As we know with Lee, he was up for it straight away. He said, yeah, he's more than happy to do it. And yeah, it's good to get him onto the podcast, just really to have a look at weekly bulletins, what's happening in the mortgage broker world that week, quite on point and quite on topic that time. And so we're not missing out on, even though we record well in advance, we're not missing out on the hot stuff right now from a mortgage broker, business owner point of view. So, well, here's Lee to explain what he's going to do.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first Mortgage Broker Bulletin. My name's Lee Rowland. Each week I'll be giving you my thoughts, my feelings, some insight on how it's been to be a broker. I'll be looking at some current trends, some new products, and what is actually going on in the mortgage industry. Thank you to Craig Skelton for inviting me onto his Mortgage Broker broadcast, and I look forward to updating you each week. Upwards, onwards, forwards. Stay positive. Have a great week.
Thanks for that, Lee, and can't wait to get more weekly bulletins into the podcast. So let's just get into the podcast now. Can you believe it? It is week 1 of October already, and it's the last quarter of the year, the last quarter of 2023. And it's fair to say it's been a challenging year so far as mortgage brokers and business owners, but it is October. It is now October. So the first thing you need to be thinking about, that is the first week in October and the first week of quarter 4, is have you reviewed what happened in September? Have you had a look back and look at your successes and challenges from that point of view? Have you looked at your goals and reviewed those to make sure you're on track to you hit what you wanted to achieve and achieve what you wanted to achieve in September? So have you reviewed last month? And just as important, have you reviewed quarter 3? So what did that look like for you? Have you taken the time very early in October to look at what you achieved in September, what you achieved in quarter 3, and then updating any business plans and any tweaks with regards to the rest of the year? Because we are now into quarter 4. This is a really high impact month really for October. Quarter 4 for me always takes the sort of following way with regards to the 3 months. So October is about taking action and writing business. November is progressing those cases to get paid on by before the year end. And December is always planning for the next year. So we will come on to that further down the line. But as I said, for me, October is a bit of a sense check, and it really is about taking impact on your business and looking at your written business and making sure that you are going to achieve what you want to achieve. Because, like I say, yes, you've got other stuff going on in October. There are the normal stuff as a mortgage broker, cases falling apart, cases progressing, doing all the things that you normally need to do day in, day out. There will always be other jobs. However, when I just find that focusing on those three areas over the next 3 months helps improve the income for the year. So, like I said, October is about writing business. That's what we're going to worry about right now. November is progressing those cases to get paid, and December is planning for 2024. So we're in October. It's week one, high impact. Let's take action in terms of what we want to do, what we want to achieve this month to make sure that we're writing the business we want to do. Because whatever is getting those cases in on time, to make sure we then that impacts your written business and issue business for your end, and ultimately what you want to earn, what you're going to earn in 2023. So it's time to get those cases in. It's time to have a good month this month. October is vital in terms of having a good end to the year. I know when I talked about the last episode in season 3, September was your full last month. Yeah, it always is. However, October can still have an influence on your 2023 result. And I think it's always important to get out of the blocks, get in there and take action. It's time to review things like your non-protected clients for the so far this year. Let's look back and not only selling to and reviewing the people that didn't take out protection. So that's one good way to have an impact with your own business. But it's also looking as well about those protected. We looked at the non-protected clients, but then also look at the protected clients as well to make sure that they're fully covered and you're not just having live DTA. It's about making sure, have they got income protection as well? Have they got building and contents? Have they got some form of critical illness cover as well? So it's not only looking at, okay, I sold to them, that client back in March, and they've got live DTA. They've now been in their house for 6 months. What else is it in terms of affordability? What else in terms of the budget can they afford to make sure they're fully covered? And you have covered yourself from a consumer point of view, which it will come on to as well. So October, as I said, is about writing business. It's about a month to take action. It's that final push to influence the end of the year results. So I think that's why it's important. It's that big final push really to get those cases over the line, increasing your pipeline. By the end of October, your pipeline should be very decent from a written business point of view, and managing that then into November, December to ultimately get paid. Look at your missed opportunities. Any of those clients that you maybe have lost contact with who are out there looking, want to get moved in before Christmas. This is the time now to give them that final push as well, to get them moved in before Christmas and really get that for you, having that spike of your written business. Missed opportunities from a mortgage point of view, missed opportunities from a protection point of view, get those on risk. And also as well, look at the third party referrals. So again, that's income generation. So financial advice, equity release, referrals, UW as well. I know some of you work with Utility Warehouse from that point of view as well. So can you get any of your clients referred into that? Because those will get quick win, quick impact on your bottom line for 2023. So October is not a new month to start new habits. It's okay to build on your existing ones, but try not to start new habits in October. October is not a month for that. October is a month of writing business, not for changing radically or creating new habits for you. Like I say, it's okay to build on existing ones, but don't look to start to new habits in October. That can come in the next few months. October will soon be over. My concern with that is that people start talking about the C word. So people start winding down for Christmas and all that bad. And that's what happens in November. So like I say, hopefully that is not you, because you'll still be writing business in November and in December. But October is the time to have maximum impact on your written business. So because then people's mindsets will go. So people who haven't started the process of looking to buy or starting the process of remortgaging tend not to do it in November, December. So again, like I say, so don't worry about, also as well with October, don't worry about your plans for next year. It's not the time to start planning for 2024 is October. We will look at that later in this quarter, but October is not for that. And again, stay away from the distractions as you always do. So October, high impact, get written business on, review September. What are your quarter 4 goals? What are your goals for October? Have you got those in place? Are they realistic? Are they challenging? Do your goals for October ensure that you're going to have a great end to 2023? October's a month to write business. As I said, it's not about creating new habits. It's not to start planning for 2024. It's about written business, because you can still influence your year-end result, and that's what's important this month. So hopefully I've given you enough clarity there. I banged on a lot there about October being a crucial month. It is, if you're doing the right things by focusing on written business. Don't focus on 2024. Don't start winding down for Christmas and all the rest of it. That will happen later in the quarter. We can worry about that then. So, yeah, great to be back with the podcast. Looking forward to releasing some guest episodes over the next few weeks. We've got some solo stuff coming out as well. Anything you want me to talk about on season 4, any guests you want to recommend, absolutely fine as well. Just reach out, add the comments on wherever you listen, whatever platform you listen to, whether it's live on LinkedIn or on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube, or just listening to podcasts on Spotify or iTunes or wherever. Then, yeah, any thoughts, feedback, please put it on there. And we'll get those booked in and get those potentially guests or solo episodes recorded. So, and as always, if you're thinking about becoming a self-employed mortgage broker, or you want to set up your own mortgage broker business, or you're looking to excel your existing mortgage broker business, then please get in touch and we can have a chat about how I can help and support you to achieve what you want to achieve. And as always, don't forget to run your own race.